Well, hello, Movability Live listeners. Thank you so much for being here. We've gotten this party started, and I hope that you'll join me in welcoming our guest in just a moment. Today, we'll be featuring ATX Kids Club Executive Director Tammy Miller, who's in the studio with us today. And thank you so much, Movability Live Nation. Tammy Miller is coming to us today to talk about her ATX Kids Club, the camp, and also our Urban Quest that is happening very soon. And if you've got questions, we encourage you to submit them in the comments on this live stream, whether you're listening to us on Facebook, you're joining us on LinkedIn, or perhaps you're on YouTube today. All questions are sure to be answered live, and all questions are, of course, encouraged and enjoyed and welcome. Now, of course, I would like to welcome our guest, Tammy Miller. Now, Tammy Miller is the heart and soul behind ATX Kids Club, which is a nonprofit organization she started in 2014 to help kids explore Austin in a fun, hands-on way. With a background in education and a big love for her city, Tammy wanted to give kids a chance to learn outside the classroom by actually getting out and experiencing the world around them. Now, one of the coolest and most unique things about ATX Kids Club is that they ride the city bus to explore the city. And Tammy is a huge believer in public transit, so she's very close to my heart, and she knows that it's important for kids to know how to get around their city. They use CAT Metro buses. The kids learn how to travel safely, build independence, and understand how transit connects people and places. It's about more than just getting from point A to B. It's about learning, growing, and seeing your community in a whole new way. And Tammy says that her goal is simple. She helps kids feel confident, curious, and connected to the world around them. And ATX Kids Club is doing it one adventure and one bus ride at a time. And with that, Tammy Miller, welcome to Movability Live. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you. Super excited to get to be on this program, on the podcast, and share a little bit about the work that we're doing.
Well, so, I suppose we should start right at the beginning. What is ATX Kids Club, and, how do you get this going?
So ATX Kids Club came about, multiple seeds in my lifetime sort of got planted along the way. And when I arrived in Texas, I continued as an elementary school teacher and worked in the first and second grade level. And then had the opportunity to be an administrator for a year. And one of my experiences that I had was just witnessing how many of my children in my classrooms had never had the opportunity to see the city skyline and to really learn about the most amazing city in our country. I moved here because of how much I absolutely love Austin. And I really thought it was just unfortunate that we had so many kids that just didn't have that opportunity. And so ATX Kids Club came about from the idea that I wanted kids to become as passionate as I was about the city of Austin. And then at the exact same time that all of that was sort of just brewing, I also recognized that most people didn't utilize the public transit system in our city. And coming from the Northeast, I lived in a bedroom community of Washington, D.C. Public transit is, how you would get into the city of DC. And then prior to that, living in the Philadelphia suburbs equally. It was not unusual to use public transit to maneuver your way around a major metropolitan city.
Yeah.
And, with the growth and everything that's happening in Austin, it's something I really think that we need to embrace, and also get our young people to learn how to do it from a very young age.
Yeah, and you've certainly got kids out and about on the bus. I think it's probably one of the most fun things that I can experience when I get on a bus, and then there's this cute factor of like 10, 15 kids, just like, little ducklings that are out and about. And it just really changes the whole experience of being on the bus when you're just surrounded by them. And I think that's part of the fun, right? You don't experience that when you're in your car alone versus, getting to run into the ATX Kids Club when you're out and about in the city.
It's the
Well,
truth. It's the truth. Yeah.
well,
And
so
just,
do you only use public transit, or do you use
we
other
don't.
ways to get around?
Yeah. Yeah. So two things. So we do use public transit is 100% what we use for the summer camp program. We are a year-round program. We do multiple programs. Summer camp 100% uses the city bus, but the programming that we do for the rest of the time is a combination of our vans, which you actually can see a picture right there is one of our vans. For the holiday program, because we explore beyond the city of Austin. We want kids to recognize that while, yes, ATX Kids Club does love Austin and we are all about Austin, we also have some really, really amazing destinations that are within our reach that expand beyond the city limits. And in order to get the kids there, we do utilize our 15-passenger van.
Well, and I guess what age do you serve? Is this open for like just little kids? I'm showing a lot of little kids on screen.
Right, right. Well, the majority of our age range falls, most of the kiddos will fall between that 7 to 10-year-old. But I do think that I don't know that that's actually true anymore. That has historically been where most of our kids fall, but we have noticed that there's been a larger surge coming in with the 4 to 7-year-olds. So we do start at age 4.
Wow.
They do have to be able to independently do a lot of things. And then goes up to the age of 13. And that 13-year-old is one of the ages that we allow kids to either come as campers, if that is where their parents still feel that they're in that mentality of, I still want to be a camper. But then we have a teen leadership program, and that is a mentorship program for teenagers starting at age 13 that goes all the way through age 17. And that is a free program to participate in, where we ask teenagers to commit 2 weeks of their summer to being mentored in leadership skills. And they work directly with our seasonal staff and with our 4 to 10-year-olds in getting them around the city of Austin. They learn how to actually do bus routing. Like, that's one of their jobs, is to help our seasonal staff members with the bus routing, because we want those teenagers to really understand the independence that they can have in a city like Austin when it comes to riding public transit.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of teens are helping you to produce this program. I guess, are they paid summer counselors or volunteers, or are they just campers?
So the teen leadership program specifically is a free application and interview based program. So
Okay.
we take rights, and we limit how many teens are going to be as part of that program, because, like I said, so those teens join up, and it's a 2-week commitment. They have to commit 2 weeks, and it's a full, 35 plus hour week commitment, because they're coming to be with our groups, and they travel around with the groups. And our seasonal staff basically is mentoring those teenagers in what does it look like to be a paid staff member, so that they come, but it's only 2 weeks that we ask. A lot of our teens want to come more than 2 weeks, and we love that. And honestly, it's an area where I just recently am thinking about trying to write some grants specifically in a way that we can get a stipend to actually pay our teens to be able to come and do this. But we just don't have the financial capacity to be able to do that on our own without some grant help.
Yeah, I can understand that. These summer camps. I noticed that you had a sliding scale. That there are some camps that are the same competitive price as a private camp, but others where if you can't pay that price, that you would allow them in at a price that worked for their family. So I can imagine that it's hard to pay everybody involved, and so you have some volunteers, but then as a volunteer, it looks like you get to travel all around the city as part of this work.
Both our teen leadership program, where yes, those kids get to learn how to get around the city and they get to visit all the most amazing places, but also the adult volunteers that we get. That's one of the best parts of being an adult volunteer with ATX Kids Club is you are getting to go to all the most amazing places that we go to. And that's part of why I started this was, if I think back to my childhood, what are the best memories I have when it comes to education and being a kid? It was my field trips. I loved my field trips, and that's what we do on an everyday basis.
Well, so can we talk a little bit about the camps themselves? Because I think you've indicated that there's a bunch of different camps. And I've been to your website. You're not kidding. I kind of want to put that on screen. Like there's so many camps to choose from. I thought perhaps you might walk us through some of this a little bit. I was going to go up to the website. So I'm at atxkidsclub.org and I see you have summer camps themed. So I just hit camps.
Yep.
And then I went to learn more. Although I noticed you have holiday and you have after school programs plus summer camps. But today we're really talking about summer camps, right?
Yeah. We have 3 more school holidays coming up this month. And then school holidays takes a break. Obviously, school's out of session and we jump full into summer camp. And then after school won't start again, obviously until school's back in session.
Okay. And so if I was looking at the summer camps, I clicked on learn more. Yeah. And then I saw there were all these different themes. So let's say I've got a 7 to 10-year-old and I see these themes. Did you want to tell us a little bit about some of them or shall I click through?
Yeah. Well, so what we did this year, this is new for this year, is we previously did 2 age groups and we decided this year to break it up into 3 different age groups. And so the 7 to 10-year-old group specifically has their own themes that are very geared to 7 to 10-year-olds. And that would apply as well to the 10 to 13-year-old group, as well as the 4 to 7. We're really trying to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the developmental levels. And so if you click on that 10 to 13-year-old group, for instance, and we go in there, these types of experiences are going to be a higher level experience. So you can see that, Blant Museum of Art, Mexicarta Museum, Bass Concert Hall gives us a behind the scenes tour of the Bass Concert Hall. And that is something that you're going to find more of your 10 to 13-year-olds able to understand than you would a 4 to 7-year-old. And so just really being able to separate out what we're doing with where the kids are developmentally. If you click through that, the one I'm really excited about is this outdoor adventure. This is really going to be something new and exciting for ATX Kids Club this summer. We're going to have a whole wilderness skills. They're going to get to go to Deep Eddy Pool. They're going to actually do some outdoor rock climbing, slacklining, stand-up paddleboarding. All of that is brand new to ATX Kids Club. My program manager, Lenny, has so much experience in outdoor adventures, and she is just going full on with this. And I'm so excited to offer it to these 10 to 13-year-olds this summer. Same with
it looks like you have a lot of outdoor activities, which is great. I mean, if you're 10 to 14 years old, there's this appeal to just being inside on your couch playing on a console game of some kind. So I'm glad you're
Yes.
getting them outside and showing them how to get around town a little bit.
Yes. And it's one of the biggest concerns that parents always have. Obviously, we live in Austin and it's, insanely hot at times. And that's another big change that we're making this year, which is really trying to make sure that the timing of when we're having kids outdoors is going to be in the earlier part of the day so that way, they're not out there when it's the hottest part of the day.
Yeah, that makes sense. For sure. This is exciting. It looks like some community service as well as just general outdoors and checking out some of the cultural activities. Very exciting. Travel camp. So, we put the information online on atxkidsclub.org or 512-234-KIDS to learn more about summer camps. And honestly, mid-April, I know there are parents still scrambling. The summer camp dash starts in February. So it's nice to know that there are still some camps that are available
Yeah.
and around. But, I think we're going to take a little bit of a break here for the moment. And we're talking with Tammy Miller, who's the founder and executive director of ATX Kids Club. When we come back, we're going to talk about a special event that Tammy's hosting, which is the ATX Urban Quest. And we'll be talking to you out there in the audience who are adults who want to take part in this, although kids are welcome. But it's not just about summer camp. It's also about this ATX Urban Quest. So we'll be back in just a moment after this. You're listening to Movability Live here on wherever you catch your streams. We'll be back after this.
That one photo is very funny.
Can I have the last dance with you? Can I have the last dance with you? I must be out of my mind. I must be out of my brain. Can I have the last dance with you? Running out of time. This will work out fine. Been catching my eye. Need you by my side. I've been wanting you all to myself. I've been watching you and nobody else. Can I have the last dance with you? Can I have the last dance?
And we're back. Thanks for joining us here on Movability Live. Our special guest today is Tammy Miller, executive director and co-founder of ATX Kids Club. And we've been talking about summer camps, but right now I was hoping to speak about something new and exciting called the Urban Quest fundraiser, which you've billed as a citywide scavenger hunt filled with riddles, clues, and a dash of Austin charm. That's a big bill. So let's see tell us a little bit more about this. And, I'll work to put this on screen at the same time so that way people at home can follow along and hopefully you can get them interested in putting a team up for
Yeah.
this event.
Yeah. Again, I love the way that little seeds get planted as ATX Kids Club has existed. We did the traditional gala fundraiser for a couple of years, and that was always a lot of fun. However, I often would feel that the participants that came to our galas still didn't quite understand what exactly does ATX Kids Club do. And then at this, you know, completely on the other side, I would so often be telling people about what we do. And they're like, when are you going to create the adult version of ATX Kids Club? We want to do this. And so you take those two ideas of, okay, we're fundraising and we have a city where, and I think this is true in every single major city, we do not typically become a tourist of our own city. We don't always take the time to get out and go and explore the city in which we live in because it's so easy, it's convenient, it's always there. We always have great intentions that we're going to go do it. And so I just basically modeled a day of camp for our kids and created a transit-based scavenger hunt, if you will, for adults. But it's not just adults. It can be our families. It can be part of a team building thing for businesses. It can be whatever you want it to be, and turned it into a fundraiser. And so that's what this Urban Quest is that it is kids under 12 are actually free to participate. You can either pay individual $100 or you can put together your own team of 6, and that's $600. So it's, that's how it works. And what we do is we're going to meet at Republic Square Park. We've got the option for people to park at Garrison Park, park at Brentwood Park. We're going to have volunteers helping you get onto a bus successfully down to Republic Square Park where the actual event will start. Your ticket price includes your breakfast. We're getting breakfast tacos. We've got juice and danishes and coffee and all this stuff. It includes your transit pass. It includes a super cool ATX Adventure t-shirt. And it includes admission to one of those iconic Austin places, whether it is Zilker Botanic. Here you are, Lonnie. This was last year's Urban Quest. Right. And you get to go and spend 30 to 45 minutes at one of those iconic Austin places. We've got the Blanton participating. We've got the LBJ Library participating. We've got Zilker Botanical Gardens participating. And so your adventure is going to send you off onto one of these places. We've got Amy's Ice Cream, giving free ice cream to every participant. And then you come back to Republic Square Park. We've got amazing chance raffle packages for people to be able to participate and to go home with, all kinds of great Austin eatery gift cards. It's just a really, really fun way to explore Austin. We help you learn how to do transit if you don't know how. And you get to take amazingly fun pictures, as you see here, earning points throughout the way. And then there's going to be, a grand prize, gold, silver, bronze winners that are going to walk away. And then we've actually got some prizes that each of those levels are going to go home with. So it's on April 26th. If you want to start at 10 a.m., you can meet us at Republic Square Park. Otherwise, you can meet at Brentwood Park or Garrison Park at 9 a.m., take the bus into the city, and the rest is all easy peasy. We make sure that you're not going to get lost. You don't have to be worried about that I don't know how to do this. It's one of my ultimate goals is that we do get people who don't necessarily know how to ride transit to participate, create their team, and come along. And we're going to show you how to do this in one of the most fun possible ways.
Yeah, I thought it was so much fun last time. We did, it was like a scavenger hunt all around the city. And I think the thing that was fun was that all the teams had different scavenger hunts.
Right.
And which is, a hard thing to pull off because, everybody is going to different places, but you have the same amount of time. But that really didn't matter for the scoring. But the thing that did matter was that, in this winning photo, you'll notice that nobody from Cat Metro or from the city of Austin was there, but they did have a team, but they were not the winners of the Urban Quest. This team is all lay people who we're not responsible for designing the transit system, but we all know how to use it. So I thought it was a blast. I had a great time. And again, breakfast, lunch, traveling all around, taking photos around the city. So I think Movability has a team that we're planning. We've got 4 people on the team so far. We need 2 more people. So maybe the 2 people who are watching right now live would want to join our team. And if you are watching live in the comments, you can always put some comments in or questions in the comments, and you can ask. We'll answer them live here on screen. But also you could join the Movability team, get a t-shirt, get a breakfast taco, and have all the fun of exploring the city. Now, who are you hoping will register to participate in the Urban Quest that's happening this April?
Honestly, I mean, it's open to everyone. I really, really would like to believe that like what a great thing for a family to do on a Saturday, right? I mean, it's not a huge time commitment. We're talking 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get out, have it as a family adventure day. It's also a wonderful team building. I mean, I think that was some of the feedback I got last year was I belong to a BNI, which is Business Networking International Group. And one of the groups was sort of a mix of people that didn't know each other all that well. But at the end of it, they were like, man, what a great opportunity this was to really get to know the other people on my team. And so I think that the possibility for this Urban Quest can be, family based. It can be companies, the city of Austin, like you said. I mean, city of Austin could put together a team, and so could other anybody out there can create a team. People who want to explore Austin in a really fun way, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be a really great time. And how much is it to register a team?
Yeah, so you can register a team for $600, and that gives you 6 team members. Again, if you want to bring kids, the kids are free. Kids 12 and under are free to join.
Okay, great.
And then if you don't have a team, that's okay. We'll put together a team for you. You can register as an individual. And if you are on the website, you'll see you've got those 2 options. Register $100 as an individual or put your own team together.
Okay, and then that makes sense. So you can be joined up together. And then again, it includes the activities and breakfasts, lunch, and then a t-shirt. And then if you win, you also get bragging rights, but you also get, I guess, a trophy or medals and stuff.
You do. So you'll get your gold, silver, bronze medals. But then we're also going to do, like, for our gold winners, they're going to actually, every member of that team is going to get a monthly transit pass, so that they will then have the ability to explore Austin using that monthly transit pass. And then we're going to have some memberships to different places in Austin for the silver and the bronze. So I believe one of them is going to be for the Wildflower Center and the other one for the LBJ Library, that will give them access. Yeah. So it's going to be really, it's a win-win. And it's important to mention, we are getting ready, as we said, to gear up for summer camp. And we know how expensive living in Austin is, which is why we have a sliding scale program, because it's not about where your income level falls as much as it is about, we want your kiddo to participate. And if $475 a week for camp is above your budget, it's okay. Fill out the sliding scale program. Tell us, where do you fall? How much can you afford? Because the whole purpose of us doing the Urban Quest is to raise those funds to be able to handle all those sliding scale applications that come in, so that we can keep our doors open and still have every child that wants to participate be able to come.
That's such a great mission. Also, that you're making it available for people who maybe $475 a week is a little bit too much for them. Sliding scale is such a great way to go. Now, do individuals who participate in the camp or people who participate in the Urban Quest, do they need to be familiar with Camp Metro to get involved?
Not at all. Not at all. They
You
don't have
just
to
set
know
them off.
anything. They come, we help them download the app. We have a little training, like screen print thing in their packet that walks them through step by step how to do bus routing. We have volunteers to help them along the way. Every stop they're going to get off, there's going to be somebody there that's going to assist so they don't wind up in Leander. It's foolproof, honest to goodness. I mean, it really is.
So what if I wanted to use just bike share and scooters? Is that a possibility? Can I do that?
I mean, I would say for the Urban Quest, we would probably, unless you are already really, really good at navigating all of that, the whole purpose for what we're doing is we're getting people to ride on a public transit system. And one of the other parts of that is we're getting people to walk. One of the things that I think people don't realize is that when you take a public transit system, it also means that you are living a healthier lifestyle because it's forcing you to have to walk from the bus stop to your destination, from the destination to your next bus stop. And, and I'll just say that, in general, we don't walk enough. We just don't. And we need more walking in our lives.
Well, I'm such a fan of ATX Kids Club, and I'm really glad that you're exposing so many kids about how to use the transit system, especially since K through 12 ride free. They might as well learn how to use it and get themselves untethered from their parents for getting trips all around town, which is one of the best things about it. But also, making sure that when they show up for high school and when they show up for college, that they already know how to use these things, and it's not the first time that they've been exposed to the bus and the train. But we're getting to that point in the conversation where we're running out of time. And so I was wondering, is there anything else that you'd like to let the audience know before we go? So that way we can direct them to take action.
Sure. So I would just say, think about who whether or not they've got a teenager that is still trying to figure out what they want to do this summer. There's an application still up on our website for teenagers to be able to come and participate in the teen leadership program this summer. Specifically, we're looking for teens for the month of July. And then obviously summer camps, we still have openings for quite a number of weeks over the course of this summer for all of our age groups, starting from 4 all the way up to age 13. And if participating in the Urban Quest itself may seem still too intimidating for you, we need volunteers for that day. So that's another thing that you could look at doing is, come and volunteer for this year, see what it looks like, get to talk to the people that are participating, so that way, when we do this again next spring, you'll be ready to have your own team. So there's so many opportunities with ATX Kids Club to participate in all different ways. So reach out is what I would say. Send me an email. Let's have a coffee.
I love it. Well, thanks, Tammy, for being a guest today. And I hope that people who've been watching this, whether live or recorded later this week, do follow your call to become a volunteer or to donate or to be part of the Urban Quest by going to atxkidsclub.org and finding out more information. In addition, if you yourself would like to be a guest on Movability Live, you can get in touch with us. You can email info@movabilitytx.org. We'd love to be able to feature you, your organization, or any story that impacts how we move around in Central Texas. That would be very exciting to us. Again, you can go and email us at info@movabilitytx.org. Again, I want to say thank you to our guest, who today has been Tammy Miller, who is the executive director and founder of ATX Kids Club. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you've had a good time, and I hope I get to see you out there.
Absolutely, Lonnie. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate this opportunity. We love it.
Of course. And thanks to everybody who's out there listening. We'll see you out there. Bye now.
Thank you.